Welcome, everyone, to Curtain Jerks, right here on the Comedy Podcast Network. I'm Scott Narver.
And I'm Steve Sears.
We've got a packed episode. There is so much. I'm wasting time right now.
Scott, let's get down to the business, the brass tacks, the head chops, the blueprints for the barn, the cows that are ready to be shaven. Let's get down to it.
Oh, we got to shave so many cows today.
No, that's how it rolls.
Yeah, comedians live in Hollywood. We love professional wrestling.
Blah, blah, blah,
we don't
blah,
give you
blah,
the news. We make it up, new slogan every week.
Declaration of Independence, Lords of Pain. Go to the real places, guys.
Yeah, go to the Declaration of Independence for your wrestling news.
Declaration of Independent.
Oh, in the pants.
Yeah, it's like Declaration of the Indies, pants. .net.
Right.
I don't know if they're still around.
We have on the show coming up today, we have interviews with Progress Wrestling's Rosie Leigh, Ollie Armstrong, and Tommy End coming up later in the show.
Very exciting.
Be excited. Speaking of exciting, there's an epic match. I have to mention it. Steve hasn't seen it yet. Epic. Cesaro, drop the Antonio, just Cesaro, versus Cena, happened on Raw.
Really? Tell me everything about this.
Okay.
Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this?
This is clearly going to go on the best of DVD of 2000. What year is this?
2014?
I've been in England. I don't know what year it is.
It's 2014.
2014. Everybody's. That's the thing. Everybody's seen this match except for you. The person I talked to on the show. The listeners have all like, yeah, we know, we saw it.
I'm not surprised by any means. Cesaro had an awesome match with Daniel Bryan when they did that gauntlet match with the Real Americans, and then Ryback came out. Mm-hmm. Real Americans? Is that what,
they're Real Americans.
Yeah, I thought so.
Don't piss off Swagger.
Don't
question his Americanism.
I won't.
And how real or fake it might be.
Well, it's a scripted program, but I mean,
it's real.
Thank you, Jack Swagger.
There you go. See,
all right,
got him started.
He had a great match with Daniel Bryan. John Cena knows how to wrestle. He doesn't have to do it all the time, but he knows how.
How? He's got 5 moves, and they're very doomful.
They're dooming.
They're doomly.
You know, it'd be terrible if they were the 5 moves of gloom, because that's what all the internet fans feel like. No, it's the 5 moves of gloom.
Oh man, it bums me out ever so much.
I mean, it just seems like he's hitting somebody with the tops of his knuckles, not even like the full force. He's literally crossing his body to hit them in the head.
Cool. That's when they kill themselves.
Just tiny little nooses in their parents' basement.
They just shove an action figure down their throat. I'll tell you this. Amongst the story that they tell, what's so fun about it is, can Cesaro swing John Cena?
I don't know, can he?
You have to watch and find out.
Oh, man.
Because there's a lot of times where you're like, I guess he just can't do it. It's like you can't powerbomb Billy Kidman.
Yeah.
Cesaro
can powerbomb Billy Kidman.
Look it up, buddy.
He's unpowerbombable?
Look it up.
He's unpowerbombable?
Unpowerbombable.
What, does he always reverse it, or is he too heavy?
Yeah, he's Hurricane Ronaning it. His jorts and white wife beater don't allow it.
Was this a storyline on Nitro that Nash couldn't powerbomb Billy Kidman?
A friend of mine, Steve, who I've known forever, we talk wrestling all the time, he pointed out to me, and when we'd watch Billy Kidman matches, he could not be powerbombed.
Does he also turn it into like a swinging DDT ever?
He turns it into everything.
You know what? I remember this because when I got into wrestling and I didn't have TNN.
Yeah, when you got in, when you started breaking into the business.
When I started breaking into the business via my local Blockbuster and Silver Screen Video. I rented.
You're welcome for those shout-outs, Silver Screen Video.
Well, Silver Screen Video is still a retail. It's a Bay Area video store.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on Grand Avenue.
Maybe our friends at 5 Count know who Silver Lining.
Silver Linings Video.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I rented a bunch of Nitro pay-per-views. Jesus. WCW. God, I sound like someone's dad. So, you guys, you're watching the old Nitro pay-per-views, huh? Maybe later you guys can watch a little bit of WCW Thunder presents WWF Raw.
Oh, Dad.
Oh, got a girl over, huh? Well, don't forget to wear protection. It's raining outside. Here's an umbrella. I'd be a great dad. I hate kids, but I'd be a great dad.
Do you hate kids?
They make me uncomfortable.
They make me uncomfortable at a wrestling event.
Yeah.
Because I got some good swears all lined up.
I don't feel like I could ever instill consequences for actions the right way for kids. Like I'd read it. I immediately want to be like, hey, if you keep acting this way, I'm going to scare you. And I'm going to scare you real bad. And then I feel like it's like I'm shelling out money for psychiatry later on in the kid's life because I scarred them too early, too young.
You have 2 boys in this scenario.
Okay, how old?
One is 8 and the other one is 5.
Okay.
And the 5-year-old power bombs the 8-year-old through the kitchen table.
Kitchen table or coffee table? I feel like coffee tables are the right height for him. A kitchen table, that is a table we use.
Yeah, it's the kitchen table.
It's through the table?
It's through the kitchen table.
Well,
the 5-year-old powerbombed the 8-year-old
serves me right for using a card table in the dining room and not getting my shit together and having 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do I do?
Yeah. What do you do?
I guess I go for the 3 count, right?
And you said you're not a good dad.
Well, apparently my 8-year-old isn't Billy Kidman because I now remember out of watching all those WCW pay-per-views, he was always one of the first 2 matches and never got powerbombed.
Can't be done. If you can find footage, listener, of Billy Kidman being powerbombed, send it to us.
P.O. Box, Curtain Jerks.
We can,
at twitter.com.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So that happened. That's a big match. If you haven't seen it for some strange reason, if you're a Hulu person and you're like, I'll watch it later, like, watch it. You need to see it. And Steve, I highly recommend it. It's crazy good because it gets you ramped up for the Chamber this Sunday.
I'm excited. Speaking of the Elimination Chamber, that's this Sunday, it still sounds like a toilet room.
Still sounds like a toilet room.
The Elimination Chamber.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I kind of prefer what they named the DVD collection, the Devil's Playground. I think that'd be a much better name for this pay-per-view.
Is that what they call it that?
Yeah, the best of the Elimination Chamber. Satan's Playground?
Yeah, something Satan-y.
I think it's Satan's Playground.
Okay.
Devil's Playground's pretty good, too.
That is good.
Or Torture Chamber. It's pretty good, too.
But you say it sounds too much like a toilet.
The Elimination Chamber.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like, they don't call the Royal Rumble the over-the-top rope shitfest. For
No.
a good reason. I just made that up. That's a terrible title.
It's hard to sell with the shit in there.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, order the newest pay-per-view. Over the Top Rope Battle Royal Shitfest.
After Over the Limit.
Yeah.
The burrito.
That one, I think, is an improvement.
Over the Limit, the burrito?
Yes.
The whole enchilada is a great pay-per-view name for a wrestling pay-per-view in general.
That is a good name.
Like, what was the something cup they were doing? Was that in Ring of Honor? They did
World Cup?
There was a one where they wrestled for. Oh, it was Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, right? Didn't they have a championship battle for Los Angeles? I thought was for a cup.
I am not familiar with PWG.
It's a crime. It's shameful how little we know about PWG. They're less than 50 miles from us.
Well, you.
Yeah, they're less than 100 miles for you.
Yeah.
Even 100?
I'm like 70 miles from here.
You got to stop living in the Avengers space station. Justice League. Sorry, guys. That Guardians of the Galaxy trailer really threw me for a loop.
Is there a trailer?
Yeah, they did too. They did the original. Did they? No, I guess it's just the main one that they released.
Really?
Yeah, looks great.
How have I not seen this?
I don't know. It's on the internet.
Where?
On the internet.
Well, is that near the Over the Limit burrito?
Should we get back to Elimination Chamber? Guardians of the Galaxy. It looks great. It looks like Star Wars. Think of it this way. Every time you see the Guardians of the Galaxy, it's Marvel, it's Disney trying out Star Wars before they do Star Wars.
So is Batista's character more like Chewbacca or Han Solo?
I think he's more like your Lando, actually.
Oh, can't be trusted.
Yeah, he's a big, strong guy.
Trying to take all the white women.
Well, how many are there?
2.
In Star Wars?
2.
There's Princess Leia, and then there's the lady who says, many Bothans died to bring us this information.
Yeah, and Lando tries to take them both.
That's true. You know, the lady who says many Bothans died looks like everybody's friend's mom growing up in the early 90s, late 80s.
The one that would let you watch wrestling.
Yeah, that's Mon Mothma? No, I always think it's Mon Mothma. I don't think it's Mon Mothma.
I don't know. I'm so far
Babe
removed.
a Fett. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put on those drapes, baby.
Jabba the slut.
Yeah. Cut that hair real short. Yeah. I'm going to have another one like 2 minutes from now and yell it and be really happy about it.
I hope you do. So we got the Chamber coming up. Of course, you can watch our predictions on youtube.com/
Emperor Palpitating. Shit.
Oh, no. That one didn't hit so hard.
No, it didn't. It sounded like a heart condition.
Yeah, it did. It's an old lady. That's Betty White as a Star Wars character.
Yeah.
YouTube.com/Curtain Jerks Podcast, where we can get our predictions videos, and you can get those wrestler pronunciation manuals, which are doing good. Doing good for us. It's buku numbers.
Buku numbers.
Buku numbers. But another thing about the chamber, because you can hear I was talking about that there.
Salacious cum.
Whoa.
That was pretty bad too. I'm sorry.
That looks like leftovers.
Yeah, I was really stretching.
I don't think that has
Don't let me derail us anymore. Don't, Scott. From now on, don't let me derail this show.
Okay. All right. Hall of Fame. We've talked about Hall of Fame. Couple times. Steve, you're bursting. You got one.
No, I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess. Keep
yeah,
going.
but what is it?
I don't have one.
Yeah, you do. I think you do. Can't do anything with Jawa.
Okay. No Jawas?
Well, I mean, Jawa's such a short.
She-walk?
There it is.
Thank you.
The Hall of Fame. 3 inductees have been announced. We have Jake the Snake Roberts, Ultimate Warrior, Lita. Who's next?
Who is? Oh, Goldberg?
Hold on.
Good one, Scott.
Hold on. Don't get crazy. I don't know who's next. There's speculation it's going to be Paul Bearer. Who knows who else? There seems to be a cap of only so many deceased members that go into the Hall of Fame per year.
I know that they usually wouldn't do 2, right?
I don't think so.
Who would the other one be?
Because then it becomes kind of a bummer, you know?
Yeah.
Then you're reminded like, oh man, that guy?
But you
do
got
guy?
3 of the best out there. You got Lita, you got Jake the Snake, you got Ultimate Warrior. Who would be the other dead guy be?
Well, none of those are dead yet.
No, if they do Paul Bearer.
Oh. Well, gee whiz. I mean, you got your Big Boss Man.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the recently deceased Big Daddy V. He just passed.
Where did he die?
He died this week. I was going to do a little thing at the end like, hey, thoughts and feelings go out to friends and family.
Did they do something on Raw?
Not that I'm aware of.
God, I've seen that guy in more movies than I've seen him wrestle.
One movie? Wrong Side of Town?
No, he's in tons of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
No. King Mabel.
King Mabel. Check it out on IMDb. Besides all the pay-per-views and stuff, he's in tons of movies.
What other movies has he been in? Is he in The Centipede with you?
No, I don't think he was. No, I don't.
You'd remember that. My God.
That. Yeah, if you were behind him, your gills, you'd have gills. They'd be bursting, and you'd have.
If you're
gills.
behind him, you're in him.
Yeah, I've seen him in tons of stuff.
Wow, he always impressed me. He was always incredibly agile for the size that he was. He did that rolling kick that blew my mind. Oh, incredible. So I don't think he's gonna go in though, even though
maybe it's too soon for him.
Might be too soon, but definitely I could see him going in. I don't know.
What have they done in the past for deceased wrestlers? Like who accepts it, or is it just someone giving a speech and then?
Oftentimes family members. Mr. Perfect was Wade Boggs because he did vignettes and they were close friends, and I think the family was there too. Who else? I can't even remember. But yeah, it's usually like friends and family that do that sort of thing.
Scott, don't move, but I think Macho Man Randy Savage is right behind you.
I can feel him. I can feel him poking his pinky in my neck.
Yep, he is.
Yeah, talking about things. Talking about greats, huh?
Hey, Macho Man Randy Savage. We're just talking about the Hall of Fame. Would you like to join us and chat for a little bit?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's sit down.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Macho Man Randy Savage joined us. Macho Man, we were just talking about the Hall of Fame, and we were trying to think who'd be a good addition for the Hall of Fame. And we were thinking that maybe Paul Bearer might be involved.
Yeah, he might be a good inductee. Yeah.
And then we were just trying to, because they're doing posthumously inducting people, perhaps who else would be welcome?
I can tell you who would be welcome right now.
Who?
The winner of the Elimination Chamber, Macho Man. Yeah.
You're going to win the Elimination Chamber?
That's right.
Which match are you going to be
I'm going to put in an extra pod up top. Yeah.
Ooh, does it open up at the bottom or the side?
It opens up at the side.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm going to crawl through in the cage.
All right, Macho Man.
Yeah, I'm going to come in. I'm going to elbow drop Daniel Bryan's beard. Yeah.
Well, spoiler, do you know when your pod is going to open?
Yeah, I'm going to be last, so that way my chances of winning are even better.
All right, well, what are you going to do with your title?
What am I going to do with my title?
I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna go to the Hall of Fame as WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
So you do want to be a part of the Hall of Fame, Macho Man
You
Randy
got
Savage.
me.
I got you. You
Yeah.
said it. You said you wanted to go into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but I want to go in as champion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Hey, you know what, Macho Man Randy Savage? You don't need to be champion to be in the Hall of Fame. Now that I think about it, I think you'd be a great addition to the Hall of Fame.
I thought you do. I thought that's how Edge did it.
Oh, by getting a title and getting in?
Yeah. He retired as champion, so I figured that's how you're gonna do it.
Is he the first retire by champion? That's what I was about to say. Is he the first retired champion?
As far as I know.
God, everybody ends up having it stripped
Did
from.
Drew Carey win a championship?
Well, he did win Best Celebrity Cameo at the Royal Rumble.
See, another champion, all retired.
Fair enough.
Donald Trump, undefeated at WrestleMania, went into the Hall of Fame.
Which belt did he have that wasn't, extremely expensive in leather?
Best hair.
That's not a championship, though, is it?
Isn't it? You have a nice head of hair.
Well,
that's
thank
like
you.
a championship.
True, but we don't have a Curtain Jerks Hall of Fame yet.
Yeah, you know who should go in it? Jack Swagger.
Why? Because he's our most popular guest on the show?
No, he's a real American. That's something to salute.
Yeah, but you're a real American. Well, Macho Man, where were you born?
Where was I born? Florida.
I'd assume that to be correct.
I would assume so as well. It's been so many years ago since I was born.
True. I don't even know why I asked you
I don't tap into my baby memories. Do
No.
you tap into your baby memories?
I would wish I could tap into your baby memories. Great glasses, long stringy hair, pinkies up.
I never wore the glasses as a baby.
No, not even correctively?
No, I would tape up my fingers
Of course.
so I wouldn't suck on them.
Of course.
That's why I have the tape on my fingers, is so I don't suck on my fingers.
You seem
I have an oral fixation.
Really?
That's right.
I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah. I've had far too many things in my mouth through the years.
Indeed.
That's why I got a grumbly voice, because it all goes down in there deep and then it scratches up my larynx.
Well, you got to be careful if you're swallowing that much pride, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Swallowing pride. Oh, that tastes good in the mouth.
Yeah. Well,
See, oral fixation. Can you give me a lollipop?
what do we got here? Here we go.
No, not a Tootsie Pop. I chew on those.
I'm sorry. I've only got
Bad for the teeth.
I've only got. Oh, you know what? I've got Reese's peanut butter cups and Airheads and also some Twizzlers.
Oh, all right. Give me a Reese's peanut butter cup and some toothpicks.
I don't think we have any.
It's a homemade lollipop.
Oh, I got you. Or you can make a little peanut butter chocolate table for mice.
I could, but then that would be bringing mice into this podcast headquarters.
You know what? That's a really good point. Sometimes I just think and say stuff without thinking.
I want to induct a celebrity into the Hall of Fame.
Who do you want to induct? Which celebrity would you induct this year?
So many. Yeah, there's the beautiful Maria Menounos. Yeah, I could induct her. That's a possibility. And then afterwards have a couple of sandwiches. Go to Which.
Oh, get maybe a Greek sandwich or something?
Or the shrimp po' boy. It's a special right now. Number 8.
That's true. The number 8 bag.
I could induct her. Who else could I induct? Mr. T.
Where would you take Mr. T?
Oh, I would take Mr. T to Golden Corral.
Ooh, that's the fish place. That's like the seafood place, right?
That's the buffet place.
What would you get for Mr. T?
He could get anything he wants. He seems like a very selective individual.
You know what? It is a buffet. That's why he's got he got the gold fork and the gold knife necklace.
Yeah.
Was because he beat cancer and he was feasting on life.
Did he beat cancer?
I believe he did.
Oh, yeah, good for him.
One more celebrity guest for the Hall of Fame.
One more celebrity guest for the Hall of Fame.
And when I say guest, I mean guest of honor.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
JTT. Where would you take Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Where would I take
To celebrate his inductee, his invitation to be inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Universal City Walk.
Well, there's a lot of restaurants at Universal City Walk.
Oh, we would do the indoor skydiving.
Oh, you wouldn't even get something to eat? I mean, you have a lot of places. You can just get,
You get something to eat, then you indoor skydive. You're going to be swimming in your own vomit.
Swimming or falling in place.
Either way, you can choke and die that way.
That's true, but you have to go. You've already established that you're going and taking all these people to restaurants.
Oh, I have. All right.
And it's like $90 for 15 minutes to go in that skydiving tube.
What, you think I don't have money?
No.
You think I didn't save up?
You know what?
I did pretty well for myself.
I'm sorry, Macho Man.
You need $90?
I'm speaking from
Do
my
you
own
need
prejudices.
$90?
I could always use $90.
Here's $90 for you.
Wow, it's even taped up like your fingers.
All in $2 bills.
God, that's incredibly rare. All right, so you're going to skydiving with Jonathan Taylor Thomas,
Yeah.
Universal City Walk. What food do you get before you? I mean, you're gonna have to risk blowing chunks.
All right, we're gonna have to risk it.
You know what? If you go skydiving on an empty stomach, I feel bad for you.
Why do you feel bad for me?
Because the whole point is having that.
It's all right. Elizabeth's locked away in the closet downstairs in the Universal City Walk next to the old King Kong.
Well, now I feel bad for Miss Elizabeth.
Why? She's fine.
She's locked up with the old King Kong robot.
She can be there with her emotions.
Well, great. Just with
That's what women want. I've heard about it, I think, from Oprah. Women want their emotions, and so you lock them up with them.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's the worst thing for a woman is to lock her up with her emotions.
What do you know? Are you married?
Almost.
Yeah, almost, but not quite. That's what's keeping you.
That $90 is going to be going right into the wedding fund.
Yeah, there you go.
Where are you eating with Jonathan Taylor Thomas at Universal City Walk before you go fly diving in the sky tube?
Panda Express.
Oh, Panda Express.
Mm-hmm.
I love Panda Express.
Yeah. So that way I know I won't vomit. Instead, I'll shit myself.
Well, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, too. Good thing they're not letting you do tandem in the tube.
Yeah, you got to have a personal overseer to help move you around in there.
You know what? I really don't think I would feel good about this if I didn't ask, what are you going to eat that's going to make you diarrhea at Panda Express? I would feel terrible if I didn't ask that.
Orange chicken.
That's the best stuff.
Yeah, but it's going to make me diarrhea.
Well, what else is on the plate? Are you getting fried rice? You getting the string beans? What do you... Come on.
String beans?
Yeah, you know, like the Prick King, but Chinese.
I would get chow mein.
Okay, chow mein and orange chicken.
Yeah, chow mein and orange chicken. And a high C.
God, you are just really tempting fate, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to live it up and get my $90 worth. Uh-huh.
You get $90 worth of Panda Express and then going on a skydiving
Yeah,
tube.
then skydiving tube for $90. Everything I do, I spend $90.
That's, of course you do.
No more, no less.
You're a high roller.
I'm a high roller.
Well, what about you, Macho Man? If you got inducted in the Hall of Fame, where would you?
Oh, I couldn't get into the Hall of Fame.
Come on, you're huge.
I'm
You're
no
bigger than
Jonathan
life.
Taylor Thomas.
I know you're more.
He was
than,
on Home Improvement.
Yeah, but Ice-T, Maria Menounos, you deserve.
Mr. T.
What did I say?
Ice-T.
I'd like to see Ice-T in the Hall of Fame.
That would be great. Richard Belzer could induct him.
God, that'd be fantastic. Munch.
Oh, is that his character name?
Yeah.
I thought you had another comedian and you have nicknames for each other like, hey, there's Jay Leno, you know, Garble.
Because he garbles his jokes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's true. I go by not enough open mics. That's what everybody calls me.
Oh, I see. Uh-huh, yeah.
Enough about me. I think you could be in the Hall of Fame, Macho Man. And I
stop
think you should. I don't think you should lobby for it, but I think a lot of people want to see you there.
Well, I want to be in the chamber so that way I could win and then I could go into the Hall of Fame. It'd be deserving. I'd be a current champion.
I don't think you need to be in the single pay-per-view. Oh, God, I was so excited. Knocked over Mike. I don't think you need to be in the single pay-per-view that's always on the road to WrestleMania. That's the speed bump to WrestleMania. You know? I think that you could just be in it. You wouldn't have to win the Elimination
I wouldn't
Chamber.
have to win the Elimination Chamber?
No. I think you just show up and everybody go crazy.
But I'd have to have Jonathan Taylor Thomas by my side.
Do you want him to induct you?
That would be great.
I don't know what he'd say.
I don't know what he'd say either.
Well, I guess it's a surprise.
It is a surprise.
Well,
Do you want this issue of Tiger Beat? I've read it like 8 times already.
Yeah. Jeez. Is that why you said Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Yeah, he's been on the mind.
Okay.
Here you are.
Thank you.
I'll autograph this for you.
All right.
Macho Man, Randy Savage to Steve Oops, I wrote Seats.
Oh, it's fine. It's
Steve
fine.
Seats.
It's I like that you wrote out your entire autograph on Brian Austin Green, and now he looks like he has a giant Rasputin beard. I appreciate that.
You are welcome.
Yeah, thank you. You're very... Thank you for joining us.
You are welcome.
Thank you, Macho Man.
You are welcome.
Thank you, Macho Man.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Macho Man.
You're welcome.
Oh, man.
He paralyzed me. I couldn't do anything when he poked his pinky in my neck.
Oh, Scott, you're still here?
Yeah.
God, Macho Man. Every time Macho Man shows up, I have such a good time.
He's a fun guy. Progress Wrestling.
Tell me more.
England's own Progress Wrestling. This is an amazing show I went and saw when I was on my UK tour. Seeing Impact, saw Progress Wrestling, and we chatted with Rosie Leigh and Ollie Armstrong, 2 up-and-coming competitors at Progress Wrestling. At this point, they may have debuted. I've been trying to catch up on everything that there is. I saw the Chapter 11 show. which we will get more into later, I was blown away. We talk about a little bit in this episode, or in this interview, that when I arrived there, we went in through the back entrance, Tom Anstey and myself, who's sitting in the interview with me from Wrestling Memes. There are people lined up all around the block outside to see the show. And it's England. It's cold. It's wet. It's gloomy. Kind of sucks. Weather's terrible. We do our improv show Saturday nights in Hollywood.
Ooh, it gets a little windy sometimes, and I'm like, get me off these streets.
Yeah.
100 years of imperialism be damned.
Yeah, there's all kinds of people that if it starts sprinkling, they're not going outside. They're not dealing with the rain. They're not dealing with the parking. They're not doing any of that.
Nope.
People are fanatics. They're true fanatics about Progress Wrestling, and I can clearly see why. But we first will get to Rosie Leigh and Ali Armstrong and the interview I had sitting with Tom Anstey, and here it is. Enjoy it now.
Right, so we are backstage. Well, I say backstage, we're actually in the bar next to Progress, and I have Scott sitting alongside me, and well, we're about to teach you about English wrestling, Scott.
Yes, and we're at the bar next to the bar.
The bar next to the bar.
Yeah, there's another
we were
bar.
in the bar, and then we got moved to the other bar.
Covered two bars here.
And joining us right now are two of Progress's up-and-coming stars. Stars yet?
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah, we'll go with
So,
stars.
we'll go
You
with
have
stars.
people lined outside
They're
to
actually,
see you
yeah,
guys.
pretty much all here to see me. They don't know that yet, but I think
Well,
I think they should
Yes,
be.
and
Super.
now on the podcast, it's Rosie Leigh and Ali Armstrong.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
How are we doing today?
Yeah, good. Cold and wet, but that's Britain for you, ain't it?
Yeah, I've been trying to tell Scott the whole time, it's not like this all the time. It is occasionally sunny.
It is.
But I picked him up yesterday, and it's just been non-stop.
I think the summer of '98 was the last time we saw it. It was
Beautiful,
beautiful,
yeah.
eh?
Beautiful.
No
About 3 hours.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
glorious.
Right. So basically, what this is educating Scott on British wrestling. So if you tell Scott a little bit about who both of you are and what you do, I think that'd be a good start. So should we start with you, Rosie?
Yeah, sure. Rosie Leigh, nice cup of tea. Caught me rhyming something for you. So, yeah, like a bit of wrestling, a bit of drinking tea. Quite a nice girl, really.
Yeah?
Yeah, quite fiery, to be honest. Can't really be controlled, to
You
be
have
honest.
this hot magenta hair right now.
Yes, I do. I like to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to blend in with the browns or the brown hairs, blonde hairs. I like the
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Be unique.
Yeah,
And you have
stand
some
out.
very unique tattoos I see right off the bat. You have cult of personality.
I do.
So right up around the
WWF, is it
collarbones.
WWF tattoos?
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
you haven't scratched off
The old
the
school. No, I haven't blurred that one out
just
yet.
get a plaster and stick it.
Yeah, no.
The World Wildlife Fund has to come after you to
No,
try and blur out your
it hasn't.
tattoo.
Not yet. So I try and just hide it if they're around. So, yeah.
And Ali, tell Scott a bit about yourself.
I am probably the single worst wrestler you may ever see, but that's not for trying. I'm slowly learning. I've got this big book at home, and it's got like all the grapples I should ever need to know in any kind of wrestling situation. It's just I can't read them very well. So
Is it text or is it?
there are some pictures there. I mean,
Okay.
I was looking for Baby's first pop-up book of wrestling, but Fisher Price hasn't released it yet.
Mm-hmm.
And having been trained by I want to say the late Jimmy Havoc, but he's not dead. He's just left us. So
The evil Jimmy Havoc.
yeah, that's
Yes.
it. The evil Jimmy
Bloody
Havoc.
bastard.
What a cunt.
Indeed.
What a cunt, Jimmy.
Yeah. His training methods were get it right or I'll hit you. No, you're still getting it wrong. Please, Jimmy, stop hitting me. Whereas now we've got Darryl Allen and Eddie Dennis, and they seem to be realising that I can't learn that quick. So come the next endeavour, we're going to see a technical masterpiece, aren't we?
Of course.
Joe Rosie's been training me as well. She's my tag partner for this.
Mm-hmm.
So really holding my hand through it all.
But your pain tolerance level is escalating beyond anybody else. 'Cause
I have no idea how that works. Yeah, it's amazing.
And well, you mentioned Endeavour. Scott will not be familiar with the Endeavour shows, but tell me a bit about that. It's basically it's the learn.
Yeah, it's
the
Progress Junior.
The NXT of Progress.
It is, yes. Yeah.
Everyone knows NXT is much better than WWE. So
Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah, we don't want to say that because John might be listening.
it's fine. It's distracting.
Like you
Yeah,
said
Endeavour
it.
is, as you say, it's Progress is Raw, Endeavour is NXT. It's where we get to kind of our baby steps out in front of the crowd. The world gets to see what we can and what can't do. Hopefully to progress to the main roster at some stage. And if anyone's listening out there and do want to book us, you know, we are contactable by social media somewhere.
Also available.
Yeah.
Make that known.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And
For you guys, an experience for me, since I'm from America and I live in the Los Angeles area, something like this we would never see. We would never see a crowd of people out in the rain, out in the cold, lining up for a show.
Yeah.
They would just sooner write it off and go, I'm not coming.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
But this is amazing dedication from fans.
Definitely.
It is.
Progress have an amazing fan base. You know, every show they put on, it's 11 now, isn't it? And they've all been sellouts.
yeah, we're at chapter 11 at the
Yeah.
moment.
The next chapter will be chapter 12, and they're moving to a bigger venue because they're just selling out this venue. It's too quickly. It's just selling out so fast that they need a bigger venue because, you know, the fans are just so in demand for tickets. And they're amazing shows. Absolutely fantastic. For someone that hasn't been to a Progress show, if it's your first time, if you have, you know, if you was into wrestling as a child and then you come back and you watch one of these shows, it's just amazing. It's an amazing experience. The atmosphere is just incredible, and the wrestling is just, it's off the charts.
Yeah, well, I mean,
great.
I started at, I want to say chapter 9, and actually it was Cat Miller off Wrestle Talk TV told me I had to go, and I was like, okay. And I went, and I don't think I've missed one since.
No.
Because it's just, I'm just like, oh, no. And then the worst one was when we mentioned Jimmy Havoc, the bloody cunt. And he's there with his bad knee, and he's chatting with us. I'm like, oh yeah, hasn't he? Oh yeah, it's quite bad, yeah. And then he goes in the ring. This is for your benefit. He goes into the ring and just cracks Jim Smallman, the one of the owners of Progress, over the head with a chair, and goes to beat the living tar out of him. And it was a shocking, horrific and shocking. Yes.
I actually felt my heart tear a little bit.
and yeah, I'm sure we're actually are we at 11? Yeah, we're
Yeah,
at 11.
we're 11.
Yeah.
We're at 11, and I'm sure he'll do something dastardly today as well, which you'll get to enjoy, Scott.
I'm really looking forward to it. For you guys, what point was it I assume you didn't become wrestlers just so that way you didn't have to stand out in the rain and the cold for yourselves.
That was exactly
Is that what
why
it
I
was?
became-
That you sat there and you thought to yourselves, like, I'm not going to watch this anymore. I'm going to get in there and be a part of this.
Yeah.
What was that moment for you? Was it one of the live shows? Was it at home? Do you remember that moment for yourself?
I remember first becoming a fan, watching WrestleMania 3 on VHS and seeing Hulk pick up Andre and think, oh my God, he's a superhero. And I've done everything. I've drank radioactive waste, I've been bitten by spiders, and I have 0 superpowers. But these wrestlers look superhuman, so I thought, well, maybe if I come and train, I too can be superhuman. And other than having stupidity and superhuman pain resilience, I'm yet to have any powers.
Well, if you put us side by side, you would look superhuman compared to my skeleton frame. So you're doing all right for yourself there.
Yes!
And we'll wrap it up here with one more thing. You mentioned the training, and I was telling you just before with the podcast, my first experience of you was, Ali, was that your training video for Endeavour.
Why'd you laugh? I was training hard for that.
I mean, you eventually mastered getting the tag with Jimmy Havoc and a few things like that. But I mean, if you explain that to Scott as well.
I mean,
This video is available online.
yes, it's through the Progress YouTube channel and things like that. You ever tried to high five your mate when you've been, we've just done something incredible, what will seal this moment in manliness forever is a great high five,
Right.
and then you miss and you feel like an idiot? Well, that's every single day for me when it comes to tag team. Took so long, so Jimmy resorted to just slapping me in the face because that's the same kind of contact.
It's a legal tag though.
It's a legal tag still, yeah.
It's a legal tag, yeah. Maybe do the Predator style, where you go for the clutch and then
Maybe.
don't let go.
I was always hoping for the Top Gun, kind of in and down the bottom as well.
That's advanced. Right
Yeah,
there.
I'm not ready for it.
No, I don't think
Adventurous.
I've ever seen anybody make a tag like that. That would
Well,
be,
maybe at
that
Endeavour
could be-
3 you
that
could be in
your
for a
thing.
treat.
That could be your
Yes,
thing.
we're there.
Successful fist bump.
For the listeners there, they actually just fist bumped. So you know what's going on there. And I think that'll about wrap this one up.
Well, for us American fans, where can we find you guys? Where can we reach you guys? Social media, contacts,
you-
all that stuff.
Catch me on Twitter. Get ready for this because it rolls just straight off the tongue. It's at TH3P0W3R. because someone had the power for some reason.
Stolen.
Yeah.
Would you like to read mine as well? Go on.
I can't remember.
That's a tag team partner for you.
Yeah.
I'm at Rough House Rosie, and that's just Rough House Rosie.
Well, Rosie, by the sound of it, watch out. It sounds like he's about to turn on you.
Yeah, the way it looks.
Yeah. Well, it's been beautiful. And any parting words?
Thank you so much for your time, guys, and I'm really
I
excited
know.
to see
Cheers,
the show.
man.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you're welcome.
hopefully you enjoy it.
Hope you enjoy it, yeah. You will.
It does come with a health warning. Now, once you have seen one progress, you will have to now come back for every single
Yeah.
other chapter.
Yeah,
It's gonna be more expensive for me.
It's really contagious.
Get those freaking fire miles in.
All right.
But luckily for you, Scott, it'll be available on DVD. So
Yeah, there you go.
And digital download.
Digital download. So anyone in America can watch progress.
Just coming
Perfect.
at you from
Brilliant.
so many angles.
Sorted. There we go. That'll wrap that up.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Thanks. I enjoyed talking to those two.
I can
They were
tell.
fun. Rosie's, she's a spitfire, that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I understand she likes tea.
she does. She likes a spot of tea
I like that.
and a bit of wrestling.
You asked a question that I really liked, and I want to hear more answers like this. And I think in the future, it's something we're going to try to do more of. Was when you said it's not what got you into wrestling. I like hearing about what was that moment like when you were like, "Fuck everything else. This is what speaks to me. This is what I want to be a part of." And that I'm always
Yeah, were you sitting in the elimination chamber? You're like, no more.
Yeah. But I can't handle this shit anymore. I like that idea. I like hearing that sort of moment of instinct, not the, hey, so what got you into this? I want to hear, when did people make the decision to get health insurance because they knew they were going to be falling on their back every weekend for the rest of their
Right.
life, you know?
When did the chase of the dream? What the
Chase
shit?
of the Dream, yeah.
That's bad translation.
What do you Chase of the Dream? I got
Have you
this
seen Chase
tattoo-
of the Dream?
I got this Google Translate tattoo, Chase of the Dream, so I'm sticking with it.
When was the chase of the dream?
Chase of the Dream.
Oh man, have you played that new TurboGrafx 16 game, Chase of the Dream?
Chase of the Dream? That's a
Starring Bonk.
That's a mini game on a Capcom arcade brawler. Chase of the Dream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, I'm fascinated by that because for anybody that's really pursued what they wanted to do, like you and myself, we've had that moment, and when we went, no, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. This is going to be hard, but this is what I want to be a part of.
This is stupid, but I want to do this.
It's a good stupid. This
Yeah.
is a good stupid for me.
Oh man, I want to dive into stupid, but they were fun and they were great. And we're gonna post Ollie's video, which is very funny, on our Facebook and on Twitter as well, so you can check that out. But it is now time for Jerk Tweets. Each week, go to twitter.com and follow us at Curtain Jerks and send us your hashtag Jerk Tweets. This week, Axe Wheeling Alex says, Candice Bergen, either young or old, makes her debut in the wrestling world to provide valet services for whom? P.S. That jerk tweet is for insulting your listeners' knowledge of 90s sitcoms. Hashtag fuck you, Steve Sears.
Wow. Axe wielding Alex, touche, my friend. I have a feeling Axe wielding Alex might have been watching it in primetime while me and you were watching Murphy Brown when it came on after Batman the Animated Series.
I was watching it in primetime.
Jesus Christ, I feel young. I think we should do both. I actually think we should do her as a young valet and a now Candice Bergen.
Like the Boston legal
Yeah.
Candice Bergen.
Yeah.
Okay. Boy, Candice Bergen. She is amazing. She's beautiful. She's even beautiful in her age now.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
Yeah, she's hilarious. She is cutting.
Yeah, she'll cut to the heart to you.
Yeah.
She'll cut right to the heart of you.
More than Michael Cera.
Yeah, Michael Cera will like get out a butter knife and be like, "Hey, do you mind if I use this on you?
Yeah, I'll cut your heart out with the spoon, cousin.
Is this okay?"
But Candice Bergen, she'll lay into you hard. So, okay. Young, beautiful Candice Bergen. Beautiful, beautiful Candice Bergen. Who would she be a good valet for?
Is this through time? This is through a time warp. So any wrestler, I think she'd be good.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Time warp.
God, you know what? I think I'd like this. May be a little bit weird. Dirty, really dirty, Billy Kidman.
Really dirty Billy Kidman?
Before he went with tank top and jorts, I want like dirty Billy Kidman, where he looked like Trent, where he looked like Trent Reznor fell off the back of a truck. He'd wear the brown T-shirt with the big onk on it.
Was he in the flock?
I think he was in the flock.
Okay.
So Billy Kidman leaves because Candice Bergen now comes and says, "You're coming home," and it's his mom. It's the momager.
Okay.
It's the momager valet.
All right. And that's young Candice Bergen.
No, I think this will be old Candice Bergen.
Oh, this is old Candice Bergen.
Old Candice Bergen feuds by taking Billy Kidman out of the flock, and then Billy Kidman has to fight the flock in WCW.
Okay. Okay. I like that. All right. Young Candice Bergen.
Okay.
Young Candice Bergen, who is so beautiful herself, but someone else who's even more beautiful.
Who?
Rob Conway.
Hey, just look at him.
Just look at him.
Just look at him.
And she tells people, just look at him. But at some day, it's just kind of building up inside her. Hey, just look at me.
Yeah.
Just look at me, Candice Bergen.
So she cuts these awesome promos about how great she is, and so of course Rob Conway's got to be great because she's valet managing too.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Good job, Scott.
Thanks. And then she has secretaries, and none of them work out.
None of those secretaries work out.
And then Miles shows up.
Who's Miles? That's
Shane McMahon.
Is that the plumber?
No, Miles was the news boss.
Who was the guy?
The plumber.
Who was the
There's
guy?
Frank Fontana.
Yeah,
sports.
Who's the guy who was raising her kid? Who was her handyman?
Oh yeah, the painter.
Yeah.
Art.
He just hung out.
He was forever painting.
Yeah, he's the bad guy from Striking Distance.
And he's also in Beverly Hills Cop 2. Yeah, it's the sting operation. It's like, I smell pork. Do you smell pork? I smell pork. And yeah, he's in there. Like, the guy was amazing. He was really good, but he died early.
He died?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah.
Who was the cameraman?
The cameraman.
The guy who looked
Murphy
like
Brown?
On Murphy Brown, he looked like Matt Frewer, but it wasn't Matt Frewer.
Who's Matt Frewer?
The guy who plays Job in Lawnmower Man 2.
Oh,
He also played Max.
Christ.
Sorry, hold on. He also played Max Headroom.
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
And he was also the dad who turns into a zombie in the Dawn of the Dead remake.
The dad who turns into a zombie in the Dawn of the Dead remake. Oh, Big Show.
Oh, okay, Big Show.
It was Big Show. Such a small cameraman.
And who was the sassy blonde?
Not
Was she the weather? Was she
Faith?
weather?
I think she was just another anchor or another reporter.
She was cute. I like her.
Yeah, she was cute.
There's one other person.
And then Jim.
Who's Jim?
He was the head anchor.
The guy who always kind of talked like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was good.
Died early also.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
God, man, maybe we should watch more of Murphy Brown on this show.
I tried watching it with my parents a little while back when I visited them, and it's tough because there's a lot of dated political references in that show when I didn't get them in the first place.
God, nothing.
Dukakis jokes left and right.
Boom, boom, boom. Dukakis.
Chris Bickley 5 says, with the WWE Network launching, what type of shows would you like to see? Hashtag fuck you, Steve Sears.
Man.
I'd like to see the fuck you, Steve Sears show.
God, that as long as it isn't my ass at the end of like in the center of a giant bullseye where people are throwing vegetables at it, I'd be fine with that.
Well,
as long as it wasn't that, I'd be fine with it.
They're throwing them at it. They're not inserting them.
Well, it's throwing with the aim to insert. I would have an issue with that. I'm kind
Unless it's Thor, I think you're all right.
Thor doesn't necessarily throw that hammer. He kind of wills it places.
Well, he could will that vegetable. He could will that eggplant right into your asshole.
This is true. A Legends House I'm kind of excited about.
Yeah, Legends House I'm very excited for.
But I guess they could have just called that Booze Cruise in a mansion somewhere, right?
True.
Which I'd watch also.
That's the show. As much as you love Total Divas in the one episode that you've watched.
That one episode was so good.
People are waiting for your extensive report on the rest of the season.
Total Divas?
Because you've promised it.
You know what? Fine, guys. I'll watch all of Total Divas Season 1, and I'll get back to you on my special report. Coming out next year, 2015.
I really hope that Legends House continues it doesn't have to be the same cast every time, but I love the idea of just keep doing that show. Keep having a Legends House.
Yeah.
I would be all about that because Total Divas doesn't interest me. I've not watched it, granted, but I'm not interested by that idea.
There's something very cool about seeing beautiful ladies, as well as getting to see behind the screens
Behind the screams.
at
Behind the
WWE.
screams.
Behind the screams. I would like to see a old school horror show, not on the WWE network, but something called Behind the Screams.
Mm-hmm.
God, more documentaries, almost like ESPN's 30 for 30 would be pretty great on WWE network. But they're always so weirdly produced. You know what I mean? In terms of, like, they're always bent for the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
They're never really quite investigative journalism. It's always like investigative editorial by WWE.
I would love to see a show about the merchandising of WWE. I would love to see past and present merchandise that's existed, stuff they have planned for the future, and a bunch of failed stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They show that a little bit in Beyond the Mat. Remember, like, they showed this weird Stone Cold Steve Austin thing? I can't remember what it was, but it like got shot down. It was like, that looks fucking terrible. Who would buy that and why?
Well, I think it would be a very good on WWE's part to sort of show, hey, here's some missteps we made along the way. And every once in a while they do with Mae Young's hand baby coming up.
Yeah, they had the YouTube show. I don't know if they still do it. Are you serious? Are they serious? Something like that.
Yeah. Or the Shockmaster. Like, as long as you're sort of acknowledging that things got weird at one point, then it shows a flexibility that's always nice to see, I think.
As that fan sits home like, I bought 7 of those, assholes!
I've got all of these Stone Cold Steve Austin washcloths. They go on my body. His body's on my body. Come on, guys. What's the issue?
Come on! Open a can of clean ass. That's what I'd really like to see. I'd love to see, any behind-the-scenes stuff I think is always cool. Because you're never going to see, let's book the matches.
Mm-hmm. You're never gonna see them in the room writing and having everybody shot down, or Vince McMahon telling people not to look at him.
Mm-hmm.
You heard about that, right?
Yeah.
Where he's like, he doesn't like eye contact during those meetings.
Yeah, he sounds so insecure.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should just start more rumors about writing meetings at WWE.
All right. Here's one. Stephanie McMahon.
I was gonna say Stephanie McMahon too.
Stephanie McMahon doesn't get any writing done because she's always passing notes to Hunter.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I heart you.
It's funny because because she's in charge, she intentionally passes gas trying to see who will talk about it. And
who calls her out?
Yeah, and if anybody calls her out, they get bumped.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to go get everybody coffee.
Yeah.
Which in turn makes her fart more.
Mm-hmm. And then those guys who have to get the coffee for her fart in the coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, what a vicious cycle of farts.
Oh, by the way, thanks for this coffee, Scott. It's really good.
You're welcome.
What is that, hazelnut and shit? That's good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Puerto Rican blend. That would be a hell of a conspiracy theory. If that were true.
Wouldn't it?
This Puerto Rican blend of farts, coffees, and Stephanie McMahon. I tell you, the guy who's got all the conspiracy theories. You heard a little bit about him on the Alex Shane interview that we had a little while back. Tommy End. Tommy End, this guy, I've said this to you before. I wish you were there with me sitting in this interview.
Me too.
This guy is a fascinating cat. I love talking with Ali and Rosie as well. This guy is another breed. This guy, you'll hear it in the interview. You're going to want to check this guy out too. You're going to want to check out everybody we talk to, but you're going to want to check this guy out and talk to him about conspiracy theories and see his matches because he's devastating too. I haven't seen Rosie and Ali in action yet. I've seen Tommy. He's brutal. He's a brute man. Kick your head off, man. That's what if Ghostbusters had Tommy Lee in it and Tommy Lee. If Ghostbusters had Tommy End in it and Bill Murray says cockroach up on 12, instead he says Tommy End up on 12, kick your head off, man.
Kick it right off.
Yeah. If that was understood by the world, that'd be Tommy End.
Right, and we are back on the podcast with Scott again, learning about British wrestling, and obviously to do that we are joined by somebody from Amsterdam who while very nice outside the ring, is one of the meanest people you can see. I think the last time I was at a Progress show was when you kicked off Dave Masters head a lot in a very good match.
Thank you very much.
It's Tommy End, so how are we doing today?
I'm actually doing very good. I flew in this morning, slept all the way. I wouldn't say it's an hour flight, so it's not that bad, but I woke up on the ground, so that's always good.
Okay, and we are, yes, as I say, we're in education mode for Scott here.
Right.
Why don't you tell Scott a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm Tommy. I've been wrestling for 12 years. I've been wrestling mainly in Europe. I've got a contract in Japan for Big Japan Pro Wrestling. I work in the States very often for CZW. I've been wrestling a lot in the UK, United Kingdom, since last year. I've been there before, but lately, especially last year, I've been building up my name a lot more in the UK, and I've been wrestling all over Europe. So
That's great.
And you're one half of a tag team with a lovely, nice calm name. If you tell Scott a bit about the tag team as well.
I'm also part of the tag team called the Sumerian Death Squad with my tag partner and a lifelong friend, actually, Michael Dante.
Okay.
Who is, I think, 5 sizes bigger than me, and is a massive powerhouse, a really mean dude, really big, powerful. Can I swear on this?
Oh,
yeah.
Swear the fuck away.
So,
Sumerian Death Squad.
yep.
Okay. That's one of
Your
the best
question
names.
is going to be, where does the name come from?
I want to know how excited you were when you finally hit that name. And
Well-
what was the name right before where you're like, I guess that's the name?
Well,
All right.
It's actually there's quite the story there. When I was younger, I grew up with a bunch of friends, and I've always been really into the hardcore scene and hardcore metal stuff like that.
Your incredible tattoos don't really seem to show that from you.
Okay, awesome. so that we got that clear.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, and a buddy of mine, we were 15 at the time.
Okay.
So a buddy of mine used to always say, for the fun of it, we're the Amsterdam Mosh Esquadre. And up to the point where Don and me started wrestling, West Section Wrestling Germany asked us to, we want you guys to tag, and we always wanted to tag because we grew up together, we trained together, so we know each other in and out, and we've always pushed for when you guys are going to let us tag. So eventually they said, like, okay, you guys are tagging, go with it. And we were sitting in the car on the way, and we're like, do we really want to stick with the Amsterdam Mosh Pit Esquadre? And then we're thinking, because like both our interests is very into like occult things, conspiracy things, and I'm very high on religious things. I'm not a religious person myself, but I like to read about it because I find it very interesting to read all the stories of all the religions throughout the world.
Sure.
And one of my favorite subjects in the world's history are the Sumerians, or pretty much the first modern civilization there ever was. And they wrote about, which is a conspiracy theory, they wrote about on clay tablets how we were manufactured between an alien race called the Anunnaki and a human being, or more or less a primate, and that's how man's existence started. They have this written on clay tablets. It's the first modern civilization ever. Before that, there was nothing. So this is their story. And I was always really fascinated by that. And I always kind of like the idea of having a death squad, a death squad. So we picked the Sumerian Death Squad, and we're like, that's it. That's the name, the Sumerian Death Squad. And we kind of based the entire gimmick. At first, it started out more as like hardcore based, like we were these anti-hero hardcore kids, and anti-establishment this and blah. And during the time, we started calling our tag teams conspiracy theories. So we had like the Majestic 12, we had the 21 Gunsel, we had the martial law powerbomb. So we were thinking to ourselves, going like, but why do we like this so much? Why don't we include that more into like the characters that we are? So
Yeah, nobody's doing anything like that.
exactly. So we started doing it, and we got a great response. So what we basically do, if you type in Sumerian Death Squad promos or ICW promos, because they're more, those characters were really pushed in ICW. If you type them in, you'll see us doing really creepy promos with seances and candles and pentagrams, and talking about how the Illuminati sends us contracts to take out other wrestlers. And it caught on really quick because people really seem to like what we're doing, because it's something they haven't seen before. Plus the tag teams maneuvers that we do is also relatively kind of unique what we do, because we kind of think outside of the box.
It's great. Yeah, you have this dark and dangerous, but it's not too fantastical by any means.
No, not at all. No.
It's something that fans can relate to. I mean,
I would call myself, if I would describe the gimmick, an occult businessman.
that's great. I love that. That's great.
See, after that description of how the name came about, I think I would absolutely love to watch you and Alex Shane have an hour-long conversation. Because I have spent hours in a car with that man, and he will every time we drive through this one bit in London, he goes, "You see that globe? You see the Illuminati?" And then he'll tell me for 20 minutes about it.
Yeah, I'm like that as well.
Yeah, I think
Maybe Alex Shane should join the Sumerian Death Squad.
Well, I'm seeing him later today. Maybe I'll suggest it.
You guys are pre-Jesse Ventura, also. You know,
Yeah.
he was doing all the conspiracy stuff after.
Yeah.
This is
We've been around since early 2010.
Okay.
As a tag team, obviously, like I said, we've been wrestling for 12 years, but the whole Sumerian Death Squad formed around 3-4 years ago.
And you're still, from all that time, from kids, you guys are friends all this time, and that's got to be an amazing feeling, that hearing other people's stories and hearing about other wrestlers that they've gone through the years, and you hear about don't trust anybody, don't rely on anybody, but you guys have this bond, this friendship.
We do. Like with any good relation, it gets tested every time. Every once in a while, it gets tested, and we've had some really big tests, but they stood the time, and we're still really good friends, and we see each other weekly. So obviously, he lives a little bit further away from me nowadays with his girl. I live with my girl. So things change, but the wrestling is there to keep you together and to keep the bond strong.
That's great.
And you,
for the Sumerian Death Squad, that you guys are so tight and so close.
a lovely bond of friendship, the Sumerian Death Squad. Only in wrestling, eh?
Yeah, I guess so.
And you've mentioned ICW and there's progress here. Let's start with ICW. I have tried to describe ICW to Scott, but it's kind of difficult. Give it your best shot.
Give it my best shot. You ever seen The Lost Boys?
Yes.
Right. Imagine The Lost Boys with Psycho Circus on steroids.
Wow.
That's my best description of it. If you think you got bored watching wrestling, and I've said this in an interview before, if you think you got bored watching wrestling, watch ICW. Because then a whole new world will open for you. And the same goes with Progress Wrestling. If you think you've seen it all, you've seen everything, watch those two companies.
Yes, and I think Scott's he's going to experience progress for himself very soon.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think with progress, I mean, I've been, you go to the big shows with the big arenas, but when it's in progress in that enclosed area, it's just the noise and the environment, and everybody's there. Every guy is hot for everything. I've never experienced anything like progress in a thing. It's absolutely insane.
I'm really looking forward to the show. I'm really excited to see it.
You should be. It's going to be awesome. Really. I'm really glad I'm part of this. I'm really glad to be a part of all the wrestling in the United Kingdom right now. There's so much to do in the United Kingdom. It's booming with good promotions, good talent, good people making the shows. So you're in for a treat, really.
I am. No conspiracy about it.
No conspiracy about it. It's all in the open. It's all in the open.
What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Oh, that's
one that's constantly that constantly gets you thinking or rethinking?
A top 3 in random order.
Sure.
I think Skinwalker Ranch.
What's Skinwalker Ranch?
Skinwalker Ranch. Okay.
The look that
How
you
long do you
shot.
have for this podcast? Just believe me. No.
Can you sum it up in about?
Okay. Skinwalker Ranch is a ranch in America. Don't pinpoint me down on the position. I believe it's close to the Mexican border. And supposedly there's an entire subterranean base there, and they have a lot of experience. And a lot of people have seen, obviously, your usual UFO sightings, but also aliens, even like werewolves and nocturnal creatures. Even people describing like tigers walking up straight, and like humanoid tigers walking up straight, and. Well, Skinwalker Ranch.
These are potential tag team
Skinwalker
partners,
is?
by the way.
Huh?
These are potential places to pull tag team partners, by the way, in case it doesn't work out.
Exactly. If Dante can cut it, I'll tag it a tiger. I'm like, come on, motherfucker! Gnarl the shit out of him, though. I mean, skinwalker. You know what a skinwalker is?
I don't.
Skinwalker.
Shapeshifter, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
walk
okay.
in skins. It's a Native American werewolf, basically. The Native Americans believed that they could put on the like the skin of a bear, and they transform into the bear. That's why they were called skinwalkers.
Okay.
So Skinwalker is just one of them. The Majestic 12 is another one, which is formed by Eisenhower, and it was a group of 12 people to monitor extraterrestrial activity. And it's actually been documented, so it's not like it's a conspiracy theory, like it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
They've actually admitted to it. Like, yes, we had an observation point we had 12 people for a program to monitor extraterrestrial activity or like UFOs or whatever. And what would my third one be? Oh, this is so difficult.
So many
I think the Hollow Earth theory.
Okay.
Supposedly, back in the, I think in the 40s, early 50s, there was a plane. One pilot plane is a very famous pilot who flew over Antarctica, and he flew over Antarctica, and his supposedly he wrote a book about it. Supposedly his plane started malfunctioning and doing weird things, and it kind of felt like it got a life of its own and started steering towards something else. And over the speaker, he could hear beings talking to him, and he landed in a valley in the middle of America where it's green, there's grass, there's animals, everything. An entire society was living in our Earth, and he was off the grid for days, and they showed him around, and they told him why they didn't contact us, and they told him a bunch of things. And then he flew. They fixed him up, and they made him fly back again. And the moment he landed, supposedly, because we can never know if this is true, obviously. Mm-hmm. Supposedly, the U.S. military force came up to him and said, "If you ever speak about anything you've seen there, we will kill you." So right before his death, he already wrote the book, but he published the book right before he died.
Wow. And I think on that note, if people are trying to find you, especially in the
for us US fans,
for
my audience, where can they find you? Social media.
Social media, you can find me on Twitter.com/TommyEnd. You can also find me on Facebook on the same link, obviously, Facebook.com/TommyEnd.
Sumerian Death Squad.
Ah, it sounds so good to say. It fucking rolls off the tongue.
Oh my god.
So cool. So cool.
Or Rybaxel. No, fuck you, Rybaxel.
No, Sumerian Death Squad.
Holy shit.
It's like Gozer the Gozerian. I'm glad you made that Ghostbusters reference, because Sumeria is like, there's the Gozerians, there's the Carpathians. Got a lot of good words out there. A lot, like that's how you fucking name a wrestling team, wrestling tag team.
Yeah,
Whew.
yeah. Who gives a shit if they dress alike? They're the Sumerian Death Squad.
I like it.
That's
I like it.
So fucking cool.
That is a great interview, Scott.
Well, that made me think. That guy knows his conspiracy theories. Alex Shane knows his conspiracy theories. Who else knows their conspiracy theories that's been on this show? Got me thinking. I called up AW.
Oh.
Friend of the show, Abraham Washington.
Yeah.
Former manager of Primetime Players.
That guy, he was really going places.
He's really controversial, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talked about some of his conspiracy theories on the show. I thought we should get him in and have him talk about some of the latest conspiracy theories and all that, and comment about PTP.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, he's here in the lobby. We should just unlock the door.
I thought you had him on the phone. Oh, you called him up and he's here?
Yeah, he's here.
All right.
Lower the drawbridge. Luke Harper, could you lower the drawbridge, please? Yeah. At least he's not sitting on the couch anymore. At least Luke Harper.
Oh, he's
lowers the
riding in on a
drawbridge.
horse.
Holy shit.
Good thing we lowered that drawbridge.
Yeah, good thing.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. Good to be back.
Hey, Abraham Washington, everybody. What do you want to... You want to corral that horse?
No, man.
You're
Just
gonna
get some hay or something. I can hold this microphone up here. That's fine.
You're just gonna be on the horse the entire interview?
Yeah. Is that weird for you?
It's unusual.
Is it?
We've never had a guest be on a horse this entire time.
Well,
He's just still clomping around and neighing every so often.
Hopefully he isn't clomping around this entire interview, but oh well, if it happens, it happens, you know?
Okay.
Because a lot of things that happen in this big, crazy world of ours, you know? A lot of things are strange. You can't explain it. But there's explanations out there, and a lot of people don't know.
There are a lot of things out there.
I want to believe. I choose to believe.
Like the Shield? Believe in the Shield?
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff there, too. I don't want to get too far into it, but, you know, Illuminati, Monsanto, drones.
Drones?
Yeah.
What's a conspiracy theory about drones?
Oh, it's not so much a conspiracy theory. We got robotic planes that bomb people in other countries.
Yeah, that's convenient, right?
Yeah, I suppose. Saves on gas.
Well, okay. Well, you've heard these conspiracy theories said on our podcast, right?
Yeah.
By Tommy Yen and by Alex Shane.
Oh, yeah.
Are any of those real or any of those valid?
I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of skinwalkers or the hollow earth theory.
Can your horse?
You want to say something, Buttercup? No, you want to stay quiet on this one, Buttercup? All right, see? Apologies policy. Silence is, they pay for the silence.
Who?
They.
Who's they?
THEY. Terminal hair and energized yurts.
What? Terminal hair energized yurts?
I'm just kidding. Yurts is a Mongolian tent. They got them, the Mongolians used them when they were traversing the plains and taking over the Asian world.
I'm sorry, you seem bored by what you're saying. You're looking off in the distance as you speak.
Well, I can tell you're not taking my conspiracy seriously.
I am taking them seriously. I want to know who they are. I want to know about the yurts.
Look, all people know is that it's an acronym and it stands for everybody that's not us seeking the truth.
Right.
All right?
I'm seeking the truth.
Yeah,
I'm
you
a
wanna
truth
know.
seeker.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's start with some basics. Just some simple things, all right?
Okay.
Okay, primetime players, all right?
Right.
Titus O'Neil, Darren Young.
Yeah, you got it right the first time this
Didn't
time.
I? Didn't I?
Yeah.
Millions of dollars, all right?
Yeah.
Primetime players. Okay, so they're fighting now.
Right. Yeah, they split up as a tag team.
Yeah, that tag team was my heart, and now it's split in two because now I got my two best bros fighting each other.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Hey, man, it happens.
It does happen.
It does happen.
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling. You could even say the ending has already been written.
The ending has been written.
It's been fixed, man.
What?
Yeah.
What's the end?
One of them wins.
Which one?
Who knows? Watch the Elimination Chamber to find out.
Whoa, shit, wait, I thought you knew.
Well, they're called conspiracy theories, not conspiracy answers.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So who's the theory on who wins?
Well, think of it this way, all right?
Okay.
So there's a face on Mars.
What?
You know the face on Mars?
No.
Google face on Mars.
Google face on Mars.
That's a verb. Google the face on Mars.
Okay.
There's
I
a
hear
face on Mars.
All right.
Well, that's at the point of
Is
a
it like the moon in Legend of Zelda? The one with the
Majora's
moon?
Mask?
Yeah, is it like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
But that is a very interesting study about Link dying at the beginning of it and then having to go through the 5 stages of grief.
Right.
It's a little bit like Ni no Kuni.
Right.
The game that's only on PS3.
Finding Nemo Cooney.
That's right. Anyway, Mars, all right, has
got a face.
pyramids and cities on the surface of the Mars, right?
What? Really? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you didn't know there's a face.
I didn't know this. No. Okay.
Yeah, and they're all making a point,
Right.
Geometrically on Mars.
Okay.
Yeah, and the fact there's a pyramid, a tetrahedron on Mars, if you were to take that tetrahedron and make each of those focal points the sharp points of the pyramid,
Yeah.
like the part that hits your hand, if it's a paper, you know, a little
A basketball.
yeah, paper basketball on no paperweight on someone's desk.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So if you touched a finger one of those points on the tetrahedron or a pyramid, and then you put that inside of an Earth or a globe or a planet,
Yeah.
each one of those points would have a focal point of energy on the planet.
Right.
So each time there's a little one of those focal points, right? Hear me out.
Yes, I'm
Hear
hearing.
me out.
I'm hearing you.
You hearing me?
Yes.
Then that's where you've got an energy focalization on the planet. So there's a face here and there's a pyramid there, and then you got the city there, and you got a cliff face right here.
Right.
So if you were to take that tetrahedron and put it inside the Earth, where each of the sharp points focus and then surface on the Earth.
Sure.
You have one that's in Hawaii with a bunch of volcanoes.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that's at one of the polar axes at the top or the bottom where it's real cold.
Yes.
And then you got another one, perhaps even right here at the Comedy Podcast headquarters.
Yeah.
Or Titan Towers in Connecticut. And that's why primetime players are totally facing each other. It's a conspiracy.
Your horse, Buttercup, has been eating the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups this entire time you've been speaking.
Oh my God, this horse is allergic to peanut butter.
Oh, no.
It has a tree nut allergy.
Oh, no. What
That
do
is
we do?
a conspiracy. You've just been feeding this peanut cups from a Buttercup, and I gotta get this horse to a doctor. I need an EpiPen for this horse.
Well, I'm sure we have a doctor on site. Someone could. Mrs. Dad is here, and he knows everything about candy.
Who the fuck is Mrs. Dad?
Not Mrs.
I understand how progressive the WWE is. You got your Darren Youngs, and you got your Alberto Del Rios with their proclivities, but who the fuck is Mrs. Dad?
It's not like a Mr. Mom. It's the Mrs. Dad. He knows everything about candy.
All I heard was Mrs. Dad. It
No.
sounds like someone got married and the surname is Dad.
MIZ''S.
My horse is fucking dying!
I know, but he knows everything about candy and could probably get candy out of any situation. So if there is half-digested candy within a horse, I think Mrs. Dad would be able to retrieve
You
it.
get that motherfucker in here right now before I just put on my headset and say some really racially insensitive stuff about Don Ho.
Well, please don't. No, he's standing in the lobby right now. I see him just slowly wiping his chin. Mrs. Dad, would you come in here, please?
Is everything okay?
No, it's not. There's a bunch of Reese's Peanut Butter Cups lodged inside of Buttercup, which is AW's horse.
Oh, did you say peanut butter cups?
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, to be specific.
Reese's peanut butter cups. Are they dark chocolate?
Uh,
It's not important.
Okay. They're lodged inside. The horse has a tree nut allergy, and we need to remove him as quickly as possible.
What a beautiful horse.
It is a beautiful horse. It won't be for long if we don't get these Reese's Peanut
No
Butter Cups.
shit, motherfucker. What about my horse? All right? Should I get off it? Should I stay mounted? What do you want from me?
Well, first off, AW, Mrs. Dad,
Nice
Mrs.
to meet
Dad,
you, man.
AW.
AW, nice to meet you.
Buttercup, Mrs. Dad, Mrs. Dad, Buttercup.
Nice to meet you.
Buttercup, AW,
Buttercup, a pleasure.
Buttercup.
Hey,
and I'm Scott Narva. It's nice to meet all
Scott,
these
how
dudes
you
off in the
doing?
corner
How you
there.
doing?
There's Luke Harper over here.
Luke Harper, how do you do? Hey, Luke Harper, how are you?
Yeah. Good morrow, sir.
Man, what the fuck is Jack Swagger doing here?
He's the general manager of Curtain Jerks. Guys, look, there's a crisis at hand. We need to save this horse. AW, I recommend you staying on the horse to keep him stable and to keep him in check mentally. And
Well, I guess I'll just keep brushing the horse's mane, all right?
okay.
I guess I'll just reach inside of this horse and
For the listener at home.
Get the peanut butter cups.
For the listener at home, Mrs. Dad is not going through the mouth. He's going through the rectum. He's pulled up the tail and is gently going through the rectum and using his left hand and pulling out what I hope to be a lump of Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Oh, that's horse poop. That was a giant apple of horse poop.
Perhaps if you go through the mouth, maybe they're still closer towards...
What, you want me to kiss a horse? No, man, he doesn't want you to kiss a horse. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I guess Luke Harper wants you to kiss the horse.
I guess the horse is looking at me. I could kiss
You
it.
just kiss it. Maybe you'll be able to remove the peanut butter cups that way.
If it's a white horse, it could be turning blue because it's allergic to tree nuts.
Well, now would be the time to kiss the horse if you're going to kiss the horse.
Fuck you, Mrs. Dad. If anybody condones kissing this horse in front of me, I will get so pissed off. I will take off this purple blazer.
I think it's about time that you kiss that motherfucking horse.
All right.
Mrs. Dad is extending his jaw and opening it up to widen to be the length of a horse's jaw.
Oh, the horse bit me. The horse bit my mouth.
Oh, but look at what fell onto your chest. It's a lump of Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
And lip blood. Peanut butter cups and lip blood.
Mm-hmm.
Just like my wedding night.
Really?
Hey, Mrs. Dad. I appreciate everything you did for me today. Why don't you hop up on Buttercup with me and let's ride on out of here.
Whoa.
Do you really mean it? Just take my hand, man.
It's incredible. Mrs. Dad didn't even take his hand. He just leapt onto that horse. He's facing the wrong way, though.
Oh, and they just rode on out of here.
He rode on out. Man, that's a WWE film I want to see.
I want to see that too.
Mm-hmm.
Flight of the Pegasus.
Mm-hmm. Starring AW and Mrs. Dad.
We'll keep Giovanni Ribisi though.
Oh, God. Why do we got to keep him on?
Because he's fantastically weird.
He is weird.
I'd like to see, Giovanni Ribisi as a valet manager for a wrestler. That'd be fantastic.
For the Wyatts?
Yeah. No, he'd be their attorney.
A burnt little cousin?
I know. I think he would be their attorney because you know what the Wyatts need? They need a really ratty attorney who just makes everything they like. They're super weird, but for somehow they can pay for this attorney.
Well, maybe someday we'll have Giovanni Ribisi on to talk about that character role that he could play.
Haven't we?
I don't know.
No? Okay.
He's been in our Bro Squad 5 shows.
That's right. Okay.
Well, that wraps up another Curtain Jerks episode. We saved a horse!
We saved a horse's life. Ah, it's just like that screenwriting book. Save the horse.
Save the horse. Kill a fish.
Yeah, take the cannoli, save the horse.
We have had great guests on today. We've had Rosie Leigh on, Ollie Armstrong, Tommy End. Go find them on Twitter. We'll be plugging them all week long. We'll put videos up on Facebook and check out all their stuff there. Great stuff. Next week, we're going to have Glenn Joseph, co-owner of Progress Wrestling, and we'll be talking more in depth about the show that I saw, Chapter 11, and maybe see if we have time enough, because it's a tight schedule here. We'll see if we can maybe watch a little bit. I'll show Steve some of the stuff, but I'll go into the chants and all the fun aspects. That was Chapter 11 show. And then the week after that, Rockstar Spud. It's
Very
jam-packed.
nice. Jam-packed.
This England tour is coming to an end of bringing it all to you. And so we'll have more. And again, Elimination Chamber, you're going to have to check that out. Our predictions on youtube.com/Curtain Jerks podcast. And like I said before, and again, on a sad note, Big Daddy V, Viscera, beloved, a fun guy to watch for many, many a year. And it's sad to hear about his passing. And apparently he's in more movies than I even ever realized. So Wrong Side of Town for sure.
I remember, I can't remember any other movies that he was in. I know that he's been in a ton.
Okay.
But I just remembered back when I was in high school, I didn't have TNN. Like I said all this before. And my friend was telling me, because he had TNN and he would watch Raw the night before. And he was like, oh man, it was great. Big Daddy V showed up and he was wearing a G-string and it was really creepy and weird. And I was like, are we talking about the same guy? The black guy with the blonde mohawk with the tiny little eyes?
Yeah, the creepy contacts in there.
Yeah, and and it was like whenever you don't watch wrestling and somebody describes it to you, it does sound like the most amazing thing on the planet. And then when you watch it, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. But when someone describes it to you, it never makes sense.
Yeah. That guy was larger than life and a cool character, and hopefully someday he gets a spot in the Hall of Fame. And our thoughts and prayers go out to the friends and family of Big Daddy V. So for Curtain Jerks, I'm Scott Narver.
I'm Steve Sears.
Enjoy your wrestling, kids.
You have received this transmission from the Comedy Podcast Network. For more shows, visit comedypodcastnetwork.com.